And we are back with another episode of Give Me Something to Work With. Let's jump into it.
What do you feel self-care means? Like, what do you feel like self-care actually means, though?
That's a loaded question. It's just really taking care of yourself. It's all your interpretation. What does self-care mean to you? For me, it means taking care of oneself and putting yourself above all others, everything else, and making sure you are taken care of and know that if there's no you, there is nothing else. You know what I mean? And it's selfish as that sounds. Yes, it is selfish, and I admit it. I have no problem admitting that. I think everybody needs to be a little bit more selfish so they can make sure they take care of themselves first. Because if you don't have you, there is nothing else. If there's no mother, you can't take care of the children. If there's no wife, you will not be happily married to that husband. If there's no, you have to remember who you are so you can be the best version of you so it can reflect to others and anybody else around you, whether it's work, being a wife, being a student, being a career person, professional, whoever. And I figured that out. I know. That's why I'm the best version of me. There is no other. I put me first, and then I can do for others and do whatever else outside of that, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. I like a couple of things that you actually said, as it relates to self-care and being able to take care of yourself, of course, enables you to be able to take care of other people. Yes. I think sometimes people feel that selflessness and a loss of self are the same thing.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not going to worry about myself. I'm going to be all right. Like, we have these things. There are things we say to ourselves.
Always.
But then the same things that we reject or we avoid becomes the things that people that love us will start asking us about. Like, hey, why you don't do your hair no more? Or, hey,
exactly.
Why don't you go do? So, like, they start seeing your self-neglect. And now they're almost like, yo, you really need to look at your self-care because right now you're not caring. But I think, too, self-care is so important because it also shows self-appreciation or self-value. I think the more you are not willing to take time to do something for you or even with yourself also leaks into how you do everything else.
That's true. And that goes to education also. That goes to your career. That goes to you being a mother. That goes to you being a wife. That goes to your faith even. That goes for any and everything you do. And especially as mothers, Black women, African-American women, we are notorious for putting ourselves way down on the totem pole, taking care of any and everybody else. And then you look at ourselves and we're like, well, what about you? What have you done for yourself? Well, I've been trying to take care of this, and I'm trying to take care of my children. I've been trying to take care. What about you? And you ask them, what do you like? What do I like? What do you mean? What about this? Well, I'm like, no. You can ask me any question about me, and I can clearly answer all those questions, tell you what I like and what I'm doing, what I want, what I've accomplished. I can tell you everything about me. Everybody else has to wait because Melvina W, I am Melvina W, got herself together. And then everybody else steps in getting into it. It's no substitute to me. There's only one me, one life. And as I cannot stress that enough, self-care is up there, number 10 for me. I believe in me just that much. That's why self-care is just that important. I cannot emphasize that enough.
I think what a lot of people will notice about you, too, Melvina, is that you are self-confident. And
very much so.
I think self-confidence is something that we all need to have and to master because what happens is a lot of us start to, something I've noticed in this generation, and I don't think it's just the age gap that has this, tendency. I think it's just the way some people are maybe wired or pre-wired is to think that they have to dumb themselves down or if something seems hard or difficult at the first attempt that they have, that they just have to give up. So like they lose this concept of building grit or fighting for something because if they feel like it isn't given to them, then they don't deserve it. Do you feel like people tend to do that? Like if they can't afford it, if they can't do it, then they just feel like, oh, it's because I'm not supposed to have it instead of finding ways to achieve it.
Right, they do. They go there, they self-deplete themselves already, put themselves out the race before it even starts. They do. And then they also go the humble approach because they don't want to be sounding like arrogant, like how I sound, which I don't mind sounding arrogant. I would tell people in a minute, I'm arrogant, I'm overly cocky, I am self-confident, I'm highly motivated. I'm telling you all, I can tell you all this stuff about me, and I'm proud to say it, and I have no qualms about it. But some people don't want to project like that and just put it out there like that because they think that's negative, that's too bold, that's too harsh. Instead, they want to be all humble. Well, I don't want to say that I'm just, I don't want to sound like I'm so arrogant like that. I'm like, well, not me. I'm telling you I am. It is what it is. I'm going to just put it out there. You love it, you like it, hey, so yes, you do have some people like that. Yes, exactly.
I think sometimes we can find ourselves saying stuff like, oh, I believe I can do anything, but then I know I have limitations. Or I believe I can, have dreams and they can happen, but I just don't know. So it's almost like we say these confident statements, these bold declarations, and then we scramble the table, we scramble the deck, nah, but we ain't going to go for it. No.
Right.
And,
not me.
And, and I think that's why a lot of people feel like they do a lot of back and forth, where they know they want more, but then they second guess if they really either deserve it or should pursue it.
Well, I tell you, I've had some, I have some things like me. One of the things I wrote about in my book, I want to skydive. In reality, I know, I was, remember, I'm working on my weight loss journey. So remember, I was 400-something pounds. Remember, I said I want to skydive. I cannot skydive a freaking 400-something pounds. Okay, now I'm 330-something pounds. Ooh, yay. Okay, great.
Congratulations.
Okay, moving on. But great. Now, hold up. I still can't skydive yet, but I'm working on it. Mind you, it's going to happen. I'm claiming it. So, yeah, I want to do it. I know it's going to happen. And I'm not second-guessing it. I'm claiming one day it's going to happen. I'm putting it in place. That's it. Done. It's going to happen. Even if I got to go up there and have a skinny man just weigh 1 pound with me or whatever, the equal this weight out or whatever, come jump down or whatever we got to do, I'm going to claim this one day. It's going to happen. I'm putting it in place. I'm not going to say, oh, no, it's not going to happen. I want this. So I'm putting it in place and making it happen one day. So I'm not going to say, oh, no. I'm going to say, no, yeah, it's going to happen. It's not over. I'm still living. I always tell people all the time, you still living. You're not dead yet. So why are you going back and forth? Oh, no, I can't do it. I don't know. No, you're still living. Believe in it. Step out on faith. It's not over.
I was just going to say that. People say they have faith until they have to use it. Faith is not believing in the things that you can do or the things you can see, but it's believing and trusting the things that you hope for to already be before they become your reality.
Yeah, but they don't understand that. Some people... And I tell people that all the time. I'm like, especially the believers, quote unquote. I'm like, look, you're a believer, right? So step out on faith. Why not? Just believe. Don't give up yet. It's not over. You're still living. Just believe.
And I believe too, according to James, he says, if I say that I believe or if I say that I have faith, but I'm not working towards it, faith without works is dead. And I think a lot of people feel like, because they can believe in something getting better, that's sufficient and they don't really have to put anything else behind, this fairy tale or this goal dream, this fantasy, that is really active in their head, but it's not active in any of their everyday activities or their dreams. And if you're not willing to put, I agree with you, put the time into yourself. I agree that self-care is being willing to build up yourself. And I agree with being a better version of yourself. And as you become a better version, for me, a better version of myself is becoming more like Christ. It's becoming more like the one that is perfect. Although I know I'm not going to be perfect, but I don't want to be as far off from the mark as I was 5 years ago. And I think for me, that is really how I nail self-care. Now, I do think, I think sometimes when you have family, it makes you better with realizing how to prioritize the physical elements of self-care. I think, when people are married or dating or have somebody, or even having children, where you feel like you represent somebody, you feel more obligated to be mindful of how you step out the house. There are times where I'm like, oh, it's just me, ain't nobody with me, so I don't really care. But then there are times where I'm like, no, I can't go out like this because now I'm married or I got my children.
Exactly. Exactly. You have to represent a certain kind of way. You are a married woman. You are a mother as well. That's what I tell my husband. He's married to me. I'm like, you have to look the part. You are married to me. Don't be going out here looking crazy when you are married to me. You are my husband. You got to look right when you step out of here. Exactly. My husband got to look right. So yes, exactly.
I think it makes you feel better too.
Of course.
When you nail the presence that you want to have, or the perception you want people to have of you, and it identifies with what you think of yourself, there is a wonderful balance that happens in your heart and in your mind when you think about you.
Does.
And it builds your self-confidence, because if you lost your self-confidence and you no longer care about things, of course, it could lead into depression and other things that make you just not care about nothing. But when you start seeing yourself derail, when you start feeling like, even vacations are impossible, everything's impossible, it won't happen, these are some of the triggers.
Go down.
These are some of the triggers that need to tell you self-care needs to be prioritized.
Oh, yes, exactly. I will tell you, self-care comes to self-esteem, self-confidence. It starts with you. I would tell you, nobody can give that to you. You have to believe. You have to have it. If you're waiting on a man or somebody to validate that for you, you are looking at you already starting off wrong. You don't need to wait on somebody to tell you you're beautiful. You should look in the mirror and already know that you are. So that is my message to anybody who's listening to this podcast. Okay, anybody who's listening, if you cannot look in that mirror and think that you know that you're beautiful, you have a problem already. I'm going to tell you that now. You need to look in that mirror and be like, I am the best. I am beautiful. I can do this. I can dream it. I can achieve it. I will. Not I can't. Well, I don't know. I'm not certain. I think I look all right. No, that's not going to work. That is not going to get it done. I'm going to tell you that now. And here I am. I'm not a beauty queen. It's not like I'm slim trim and got the best figure. No, I'm not. But you cannot tell me anything else about me. I know who I am, and I look at myself as this person when I look at myself. That's it. And I don't care what the world thinks. That's how stuck up I am on me. I don't care. It doesn't matter whether my man thinks this way. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks about me, because I know what I think about me. And because I feel this way about me, the world just revolves around that. And because of that, you'll be surprised how many people look at me and be like, oh my God, she's so nice. She's so beautiful. She's this. And it's because of me really feeling that way about me, and it just flows out. That just goes hand in hand, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? But if you think you are just, nothing there, what do you think the rest of the world is going to see?
That's one of the things that I share in my Embrace Your Crown series. So the 3-book series, right? In the first book, I talk about 7 gates to overcome and find heartbreak, because what a lot of times is we find that we're heartbroken, but we don't really know how to overcome it. So we really succumb to our heartbreak when we don't realize how it's kind of playing in our lives. And I think self-care and self-awareness are actually linked together too. And the next thing is your belief. And the second book, I talk about opening 5 gates to overcome unbelief. Because when you don't believe you deserve it, when you don't believe you're worth it, when you don't believe the outcomes are going to be better than the past, when you are still stuck dwelling on things, or you're still stuck believing you need something to get over here when you already have it, you just don't see the value in it. But everyone else sees value in you, and they don't mind using you, or paying you even. But you feel frustrated because you're unfulfilled, and you're unfulfilled not because you're not good enough. It's because you believe you're not good enough, and you're not going to do what you need to do to attain it. And ultimately, the last book talks about the 3 gates to sharpen your focus, because a lot of us start off really focused, and then all of a sudden we're listening to other people's opinions. So the subtitle is, we can't, succumb to the voices that distract us. But a lot of times we do. A lot of times we listen to our own doubts. We listen to our own fears. We listen to things that will tell us we're inadequate. And a lot of us are battling inadequacy or imposter syndrome. So we don't feel like, even if we get there, we are supposed to be there. I think people go to events and they're sitting at the table, and I'm like, why are you looking sad? And they're like,
Yeah.
well, I don't know that I should be here. I'm like, if you're here, what do you mean you should be? You're here.
Yeah, no.
There ain't no should. It's a matter of what are you
right?
going to do with what you have. Right now, you're focusing on the wrong things. Because when the event's over, you're going to be focusing on what you should have done while you were sitting here. So you're constantly behind the ball. So if you want to get
Right.
where you need to be, you need to readjust your focus, which is one of the games.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of people tend to not put everything on the table that they want. And I would say that's
true.
the third one, but I would say it's the biggest one. So when we're dreaming, we dream with limitations so we can achieve them and not feel like failures, but we're not really pushing ourselves. One of the things I do love about my husband is he has all of us working out, and oh my gosh, I feel like I'm going to pass out, lay on the ground, die. I just feel like, I'm like, Lord, why are you doing this to me? But it's funny because he's like, Krystal, you don't know how strong you are. You don't know how much endurance you really have because you never push yourself. You don't want to push yourself beyond your discomfort. So when your heart starts racing, you want to quit running or you want to quit whatever you're doing. Because I sure enough do. I'll be like, Lord, all right. Woo, that was good. All right, I'm done. He's like, no, you're not. You got 3 more sets. I'm like, oh my God. So it's a wonderful craze. You know, it's a wonderful craze to realize you can push yourself and you can still win. You might not look as glorious. It may not look as pretty as you thought it would be, but the fact that you made it, you're like, okay, I did it once. Lord's willing, I'm going to look better the second time around because this first time I almost passed out. But like you said, too, even with your weight loss journey, when you first started, I started seeing it. And you was like, you can see it? I said, yes, I can see it. I'm looking at you. And I got the videos, you know what I'm saying? So I can see
know,
it.
right? I
know,
know,
And now
you will see it on the videos. I know it's going to be a huge difference. I know.
Right. And now you're like,
when I take the pictures over again,
because you're like 150 down from where you were.
Oh, I won't say that part, but thank you. I'll take it. Let's claim it. I think it was like 90 pounds, something like that. But yeah, it's coming there.
But nearly 100.
Let's claim it. Yeah, let's claim it. Yeah.
That is a wonderful
my
thing.
90 something. Yeah, it's coming together. Let's claim it. Yeah.
And that has not been a long time either. Like since you started, to see the results. I know when you're doing
it's been a while.
Yeah, you can't fit your clothes no more. I mean, we think
I know.
In order for us,
my clothes are too big. I gotta really. Yeah, it's been an adjustment that way. Oh yes, but that's another plus. And you know I love to shop. I already have 4 closets, so I'm looking forward to that. Yes, I am. Yes.
But I think that's part of self-care too, is being able to purge old things and embrace new.
Oh yes.
That includes ideas, it includes experiences, it includes your fears, your doubts, but it also includes things that you never liked. Some things we do to please people around us. Like I never really liked straightening my hair. In fact, I didn't like it at all. I felt like it was too much maintenance. You can't get it wet. You can't sweat. You can't do all of these things. So it's like torture. It's like a torture device. And then getting your hair blow dried, combed out, and then fried.
I used to do it too. I used to. Yeah, I used to.
Why? Why am I doing it?
I used to. I went through the whole perm stage also. But remember, also with self-care, I would say it was also a time and season and a reason, because I'm going to tell you, this weight thing, I've been heavy like all my life. And I was going, work. And I knew I was too heavy, too big. But then it's just a click that came like, okay, Melvina, it's time just to put that in place. So, unfortunately, it's not the best advice I would tell people now, anybody that's listening. I didn't do it the right way, so you might not want to take my advice on this. But I did build the business up. I made the money and all this stuff, got the kids grown out the house and all that. And now I'm even more putting into the self-care with the losing weight part. And by the grace of God, it's not too late. But that's not the best advice, I would say. So you might not want to take my advice on that part, because some people it might be too late to wait that long before you start to lose the weight, because diabetes can come in, because there's a heart failure. You can have kidney disease. You can have all kind of stuff by the time you get to this. By the grace of God, because it's in my DNA, my family being heavy set, I'm big boned and, I was able to, I support the weight, I guess, by drinking a bunch of water or whatever. So naturally, I'm, big boned and a heavy set girl or whatever, but that's not the ideal and the best thing to do. I will tell you that. But now I'm reversing it and going back the way that it should have been years and years ago. I will tell you that. So that's also a part of self-care. I do want to stress that. That's not the best advice to wait so long and wait till you build up everything, get kids out the house and everything, and then start to do this. No, it's not. But by the grace of God, I am doing it now. So let me just say that. So now I'm telling you a vulnerable part of myself, and that was the incorrect way. Let me just say that. That was the incorrect way.
We are not done. We are just getting started. See you in the next episode.
Hey, already a coder? Do you have a job or you cannot get a job? I can help you get a job with my mentorship program. I will walk you through the steps to getting employed. You can be newly certified or an experienced coder. I don't care. I'll take either one. I can help you get more. Just go to Job Infinity HIM. All right? And I'll get you there. Come on.